I am James M. Havens. I am curator of Sculpture in the Village. I am a sculptor. And the way this whole thing started is 9/11, the terrorist attack on New York, made us a great deal more patriotic than we had ever thought we wanted to be. And the village came to me and asked me to work on a Veterans Memorial here. A lot of the people had come over to my studio and seen all the sculptures I was making, and they started asking me, Mr. Havens, what would you think about doing sculpture here in our park? And I said, well, I think if all we had in here was my sculptures, it would be pretty boring. So the upshot of that was that I teach over at Owens, teach welded art, and I have a lot of my students in this sculpture show, and I know practically all of the good sculptors in the Toledo, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana area. And I talked to them and they said, we'd love to support this, Jim. There aren't that many venues that have this beautiful lake, and the park that you have here, the background here, is ideal setting for sculptures. So 9 years ago, we started this, never thinking that it would go on year after year after year and become something of an event here in Gibsonburg. Each year, we bring in new sculptures in April and May, have our opening in June. It's a new show each year, so if you came 2 years ago, the show is new now compared to what you seen 2 years ago. We have participants from Vermont, New Jersey, Michigan, Pennsylvania, mostly Ohio, of course. And each year we have probably the largest outdoor sculpture show in Northwest Ohio. We have 29 sculptures here in the park. They are on display 7 days a week and up until curfew in the evening, probably until 11 o'clock at night. You can come here anytime, 365 days a year. Ohio Magazine mentions us that this is an event that you can come and see. And we have booklets in the kiosk down here to explain who the sculptures are, how much they cost, they are for sale, who the artists are. There is a lot to see here. It's a very pleasant surroundings here. The lake is gorgeous. That's one of the reasons why I get so much participation out of all my sculptors, is they say, Jim, this is probably the prettiest place that we display our sculptures in anywhere around here. And it is. It's just a lovely venue for displaying sculptures. We have been very proud of our park for years, before we did sculpture, before we did the Veterans Memorial and so on. But what we've found now, since we've done these things, and particularly since the meltdown in our financial economy, families have less and less money to go out and go to these high-dollar amusement parks and so on. And the participation here in our park has become so much more than it ever was before. Children are always here and families are here. We have a walking path that is 1/3 of a mile. We get the people who are physically trying to keep themselves in shape. They are always here walking around. And we have fishing here. So this is a park where a lot of people participate in it. We have a children's area, family area. You can come and cook your hot dogs and hamburgers and so on. And we have picnic benches for you. We have a fountain, the lake. We have the Veterans Memorial. This has been more gratifying to the people of Gibsonburg and visitors than I would ever have guessed. I would never have guessed how wonderful they've taken to this here, and they are really very proud of the whole thing. And of course, we are very pleased that they are very proud of it.